The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month, forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Odoo is business management made so simple, a kid could explain it.
Sometimes business software can't talk to other programs. But Odoo, funny word, has every program from CRM to HR to accounting in one platform. It should cost a lot, but it doesn't. So you should use Odoo because they save you money.
Odoo makes a lot of sense, but doesn't cost a lot of sense. Sign up now at odoo.com.
That's ODOO.com.
Good job.
Thanks.
Hey there. Looking to level up your shopping experience? Let me introduce you to Amazon Live. If you haven't heard, it's a shoppable video experience where influencers and creators showcase the latest must-haves all while you shop in real time. And for those who love some celeb gossip, reality stars like Kyle Richards, Lala Kent, and friend of the pod, Paige DeSorbo. On her new show, In Bed with Paige DeSorbo, Paige invites top-tier guests to cozy up in her fluffy bed where they spill secrets, share nighttime routines, and even whip up midnight snacks. Stream and shop new episodes of her series In Bed with Paige DeSorbo every Tuesday at 7 p.m. ET by going to amazon.com/live/Paige_DeSorbo. Or you can watch Amazon Live's new live TV channel on Freevee or Prime Video under the DIY section and shop along on your phone.
Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives, the podcast where a monogamous couple drink heavily while recapping Sister Wives on TLC.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Season 18, Episode 5, When the Going Gets Tough.
The tough get going, I suppose. Well, at least the Meri gets going.
The Fidelis get going?
Something's happening. This was a very Mean Girls episode for me. It's going to be a lot of references to Mean Girls in my notes.
It was very clear that there is a divide between the family, and we are getting two very different stories of what happened.
But just some of the interactions that took place, some of the things that were said to one another was very Mean Girl-esque. And I guess it is timely, because now we're closing in on October. It is Mean Girls season. It is upon us. But the TLC description for this one is: the Browns discuss how things went over Christmas. Janelle confesses to Christine that she doesn't know if her marriage can be fixed. Robyn and Meri try to dissect what went wrong over the years and reveal that Kody was not always equal with his time.
Stop it. Really?
Who knew?
I never picked up on that.
Aside from everybody on the planet, essentially. I think everybody knew.
Well, except for Robyn's version of what actually happened was not what everyone saw occur.
Well, I like that it's just Robyn stealing other people's perspectives and their experiences and claiming them for her own. This is just the trend that continues for Robyn.
To make herself a victim.
Of course.
That's the important part of it.
You can't be upset by those things because I have also experienced that, and it didn't upset me because secretly we all know Kody was at my house the whole time.
Well, I've got a little rewrite for you.
Let's hear it.
Kody reaches full-on deadbeat dad status. Janelle forgets she's already been divorced. Robyn adds a new page to her family burn book. Meri practices her daily affirmations.
It wasn't too good, though. The affirmations. No, I don't think that's the stuff you should be repeating. Maybe she should have listened to the Robyn affirmations.
You can check those out on our Patreon. They are a surprise you weren't expecting. I can guarantee that.
Well, especially once people are just listening through the Patreon episodes and then you get to that one randomly and you weren't expecting it. You didn't seek it out. You didn't find it. It found you. The universe knew that you were ready to hear those.
Speaking of, you can join us over in the virtual cul-de-sac on patreon.com/survivingpod, where you can listen to our recaps of seasons 1 through 10 of Sister Wives. And of course, the famous Robyn affirmations.
That's just a special treat. There's also a ton of other episodes. Let's Talk About It episodes that we've recapped, various other sorts of television programming.
We're really dipping our toes into something new this coming week with mountain monsters.
Oh, yes. I'm so ready for this. Did we narrow it down on the poll here?
There's no poll,
poll,
babe.
Okay,
poll.
Good.
You're picking.
It's probably...
You're the poll.
Oh,
you're the pollster.
This is good. This is good news, because I think I already know which one I'm going to pick.
Jesus Christ.
Maisie's not excited about it, though. I think she just yacked up a bug.
And if you still find yourself watching this show alone on Sunday nights, that doesn't need to be the case anymore, because you can join us over in the Discord channel, which is part of your Patreon benefits. And we are live watching the episode in the chat with you every Sunday night at 10:05 p.m. Eastern Time.
That means you, Meri, you don't have to watch alone anymore. So come on over, grab your phone, connect your Discord to your Patreon.
Grab your tequila.
That too.
And as a quick reminder, be sure to check your welcome email when you sign up for the Patreon for the directions on how to connect to the Discord.
And remember, every dollar you pledge just makes us a little bit more successful than My Sister Wife's Closet. Huge thanks to all of our patrons out there, except for the Basement Wife tier. Gross.
Let's get this pony in the water.
All right, yeah. So I think this is Janelle is still trying to figure out what happened from this big fight, the biggest fight she's ever had with Kody, and what does this mean for them?
But she starts by saying she hasn't told anyone about the big fight. And I'm like, girl, didn't you already tell Christine about the big fight?
And then didn't you mention it last week during the Christmas episode that you did mention it to the kids?
Literally all of your kids. But okay. So she didn't tell anyone about the fight yet.
So maybe this was out of order. No, it wasn't, because then, yeah, it's her. This is like January. This is way after the holidays.
I don't know what happened. But in her memory, she did not tell anyone about the big fight yet.
But we know Janelle's main character arc for this season is furnishing this tiny little apartment. That is her main character development storyline plot that we are going with. So everything that she has, filming wise, is related to acquiring more pieces of furniture for this tiny apartment. So Christine is bringing over the big beanbag chair because Janelle really wanted a chair to tie the room together, but she didn't want to have to build anything else.
I do appreciate that it was the most Janelle thing to do, to say, you know what, I built a bookcase.
She didn't, though. Christine built the bookcase.
I assembled a Christmas tree. I think we're just going to go with a beanbag now.
And also, what is the biggest piece of furniture that we can cram into Janelle's apartment for comedic effect?
It's larger than the couch, isn't it?
It is enormous. It's so large. We already knew this thing was huge when it was in Christine's living room, which apparently this was a Kody and Christine purchase. So, you know, she's been looking to get rid of this thing.
Well, he loves to just man spread all over a piece of furniture. So I imagine this was perfect for him. But now it'll be a place for the dogs to sleep.
There's some poetic justice in there somewhere. Cody's sack has been all over that love sack.
Ugh. So did she saran wrap this thing? How did she make it smaller?
It's just a lot of plastic wrap. Shrink wrap. I would have paid to see that scene of Christine prepping the beanbag for delivery.
And then getting it into her trunk alone.
Wow.
No help. Where was Truly on this trip?
I don't think Truly was going to be able to assist with something like this. This is an endeavor that far outweighs the help that she has available to her.
Let's be real. She begged Christine to leave her behind so that she didn't have to come visit her dad again.
It's just weird. It's weird over there.
It was too much time at Robyn and Kody's house. All right, so we're getting this piece of furniture through the very, very tiny apartment door. It's like a fun house. Is the door standard width?
I don't know. It's like straining under the pressure of the beanbag being forced through it.
Yeah, all three people, because we got Savannah in here now. So Christine is pushing, and Janelle and Savannah are pulling, and they're trying to get this thing to wedge through the door.
So this is where Christine takes it upon herself to go ahead and mention to Janelle in passing that Christine lives in a townhouse in Utah, and her neighbor who's on the other side of the townhouse just happens to be moving. So maybe Janelle should hurry up and put an offer in on it so they could be kind of sister wives sharing a domicile again.
Just so you know, pushing this beanbag through the front door of this place reminded me how much it sucked. This place sucks.
The entire apartment that you have here can fit in my living room. So maybe it's time for an upgrade.
The craziest part was she said it was only a couple $100 more a month or $100, something like that. What kind of deal are you getting, Janelle? You're getting ripped off in this place.
She should have looked for the 6-bedroom rentals, and then she would have had more of an option for purchase.
Yes. There's no way I would have ever proposed that after having moved the beanbag, because I would have much rather rolled it across the hall.
Yeah, I'm not packing it back up and bringing it back.
No, forget it. It's here now. It lives here now. You stay here now.
Janelle would have considered this if Savannah was done with school, if we weren't still raising some kids here in Flagstaff. She's a little too settled. When has that ever stopped us before?
That has never stopped them from moving.
Never.
And she's got like a year and a half of school left.
Oh, come on. We moved Gabe and Gwen their senior years.
Logan, we can make new friends in a year and a half. I'm very upset because that was the spin-off show we deserved, was having Janelle and Christine sharing a townhouse. Literally, the opening scene could have been them sitting on the porch together and watching the grandkids play.
Two's company.
And then we could just cut to Robyn crying about how much she wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives.
And Meri can drive by on her way to Parowan, honk the horn, and just wave out the window.
And everyone will go, who was that?
I don't know.
Do we know that person?
It's just this crazy lady. She keeps driving by. I don't know.
But we're not going to move. There are too many ties here in Flagstaff, including that pesky husband of hers.
Well, I love how it's just looking around this space. Christine is like getting depressed because Janelle's living situation in general is just very sad. You're too close to Kody. You're in this tiny cramped apartment. It's making me sad just being in here. I want better things for you, Janelle, and I want you to want better things for yourself.
Well, the first thing she's got to start with is actually getting a divorce from Kody. And she's not going to do that, apparently.
Well, do they call it a divorce? Because then she was trying to go through a whole different classification for plural marriage. It's not actually a divorce. She's looking for a release.
Well, it's the release that Robyn had mentioned. You have to have a physical release.
Oh, well, that's different.
In order to technically be divorced. No, they have to have their sealed marriage released. So I guess she's going to have to do all that paperwork and counseling and stuff that Robyn had mentioned as well.
Relent, recoil, release.
I didn't understand this because she seems to have this stance that they don't believe in divorce or separation. I'm like, girl, you sure as hell divorced Kody's brother.
It's Meri's brother.
Who did I say?
Cody.
Cody's brother.
It was different. Cody is her brother. I think that's where you got it confused.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of family ties involved. Bit. But right, Meri's brother. So Meri's brother, hold on, I'm having a moment.
Yeah.
So Janelle was married to Meri's brother.
That's correct.
And then Meri's sister
is married to Nathan.
They get around, that family, huh?
Not Meri.
But now all of a sudden we have an issue with divorce. So she's going to sit and think on it a little longer.
I don't know why this was so confusing because, then Janelle's not the only person who's been divorced in this family either. Robyn had a divorce, but again, those were monogamous relationships, far simpler than our complex plural marriage situation, which has no legal binding. There are no official ties. The only thing that you have going on is that your finances are completely mixed in together with all these lunatics that you're still socializing with in this capacity.
Maybe she knows if she got up and left, she would never get a payout from them. She's staying near the land because part of it is still hers.
Because she's got a flag in it. Yeah. This one's mine.
But Christine's like, why are they staying here? Especially when she hears what went down with Christmas. Because she has not known until now that Kody has not spoken to Savannah since her birthday.
Which is at the beginning of December, a few weeks before Christmas.
So that was a few weeks before they had the fight, because the fight was mid-December. So I'm assuming she must have been at school while they had that fight in the very, very tiny apartment.
Dear God, I hope so.
And then he didn't call her after that. Obviously, they didn't have Christmas together. Didn't call her after Christmas. Didn't come over for second Christmas. Now it's mid-January.
Mock Christmas? None of that. She missed out on all of it. And Christine is heated. Not just for this scenario. I'm talking this entire season. She's been double clutching on some stuff that she shouldn't be saying to the cameras, that they are now keeping that footage in the show.
Oh, but she definitely should be saying
she
it
should
to the
be
cameras
saying
for our sake.
Yes. We need to hear it. I want her to complete those thoughts, though. She keeps stopping midway through, and it's like, I think I know where you're going with it. Let's land that plane.
I was upset that she was madder than Janelle about this.
Janelle was disappointed, but not upset. It didn't seem like it. But I think she's still probably trying to process what she's got going on between her and Kody, which is enough on her plate at this time. So I think it is kind of good that Christine's here to advocate for Savannah in this moment.
Kody's side of the story, of course, though, it's the mother's fault. They took away the home he had with those children. He has nowhere to go to spend time with them now. That's why he doesn't see them.
His official take is that Christine and Janelle are conspiring against him to destroy his world. That's his interpretation of this entire scene.
Mm-hmm. What the rest of the world saw was a teenage girl who sat home on Christmas waiting for her dad to call her and then never received a gift or any form of communication from him.
Well, it just sounds like a conditional arrangement then. If Kody doesn't have room in the house, then you don't get a relationship with him.
It's an excuse for him to take it out on the kids, because that's what he's always done. If he's mad at the mom, the kids suffer.
In order to manipulate the mom into letting things slide, going back to sweeping things under the rug so that Kody can continue to be around the kids in the ways that they need him when they need him.
But that's why this isn't working anymore, because the kids have gotten older, and then the younger kids that are still in the family, the moms have gotten to the point where they're like, forget it. It's too damaging to continue to have a relationship with him if this is the way he's going to do things. So we'd rather just let him sever the relationship.
This is where Kody lets us know of the narcissist special, which is the phone goes both ways. And it's like, yeah, it does. And your children have come to find out that you're a hateful, bitter, spiteful person. So they don't want to talk to you unless you're going to change, which you can't. So I think they've kind of come to that realization, but I don't know if Kody realizes how repulsive he's become to his own children.
First of all, that man's phone has 0 outgoing calls. I can guarantee that. Second of all, why would your children who have been disappointed by you want to call you only to be disappointed again when you don't answer the phone, or when you do answer the phone and you have an attitude?
Or set something up to let you down in other ways, continued ways. Why would we want to perpetuate our own abuse in that situation?
That's a great question. Also, it's not your child's responsibility to maintain a relationship with you. A literal child. We're talking about a minor, not an adult child, a teenager. It's not her responsibility to go chasing after calling you.
Not a grown-up, bye-bye.
Yeah, she's not even old enough to get kicked out yet by his own rules.
But look, we can always do Christmas whenever Kody decides to get around to it. It's better late than never for this deadbeat.
At some point in the undefined future, when he has the emotional fortitude, he's going to make it all right by dropping off a Christmas present for her.
Here's your mini bike. Merry Christmas.
What, is it used? Is it broken?
Aurora didn't want it. Lightly used.
When do you think she got her Christmas presents?
I don't think she's got them yet. Even today.
My guess was at her high school graduation, which was a year and a half later.
And it was a card with nothing else in it.
It was a re-gift because it was a Christmas gift that now became a graduation gift.
So the card was a graduation card, but then the gift was a Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a pair of Christmas jammies, or I bet you a pair of earrings because he doesn't even know her ears aren't pierced, but that's really Rora's thing right now.
Beautiful gold hoop earrings. Is that what you're implying?
No, I bet you these are some busted ass my sister wife's closet leftover jewelry. That's what she got.
We know Janelle's got the hoop earrings. She's got those on lock. Hoop earrings are Janelle's thing.
They were my thing? So Savannah was sad at first, and now she's just mad. Rightfully so, girl.
Yeah, she's not like used to this yet, which is good because she's still having an emotional reaction to it. But it is kind of sad because you know that she still has a long way to go before she's going to be able to separate from this and get through it.
Janelle did point out, this was the only part where it was like, okay, she is a little mad. She said, Kody didn't even send a gift back to the rental for Savannah when Isabel and Truly had been at the house.
From the mock Christmas morning, there should have been a DoorDash delivery that took place as part of that on the return journey.
And to that, I say, that's Robyn's fucking fault. The woman who claims that she has worked so hard to build relationships in this family that she just wanted them to accept her. You didn't try to right your husband's wrong by sending your daughter, she's also one of your kids, a gift for Christmas.
No, because Robyn wanted to equally punish Janelle and her children the same way that Kody did.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She does not care.
So this is where Christine, again, is pissed. She's getting hot this episode. She knows the cycle. She's seeing all of the neglect. Is he going to leave everybody but Robyn?
He might leave Robyn.
I wouldn't rule out Robyn at this point. Yeah. The way he was talking last week, I don't know.
And they're all mentioning that weird thing with him. It's like a switch that's flipped. It's just something different about this man.
I didn't like that Janelle's theory was, let's just wait for the switch to flip back. And it's like, oh, no. I don't think that's how we should approach this.
No.
This is not good.
This narc has dropped his mask, and he's not coming back.
No. Yeah, this is bad.
Or he got a brain-eating amoeba in the prairie dog plague pond.
Yeah, he's just in the final stages of prairie dog plague dementia.
Does he have rabies? Do we need to have a 5K?
Is it a variation of that? Who knows? There's a lot of variants. I'm sure he has a supplement for it.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
Nah, not quite.
What's up?
Sell my car on Carvana. It's just not quite the right time.
Crazy coincidence. I just sold my car to Carvana.
What? I told you about it 2 days ago.
When you know, you know. You know? I'm even dropping it off at one of those sweet car vending machines and getting paid today.
That's a good deal.
Oh, great deal. Come on. What's your heart saying?
You're right. When you know.
You know.
Sold.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.
Hi, this is Farnoosh Torabi, host of the Webby-winning podcast, So Money. If you're aiming for a goal, be it saving for a house, growing your family, or retiring, life makes it difficult to stay the course. But with a dedicated Merrill advisor, you get a personalized plan and a clear path forward. Having the bull at your back helps your whole financial life move with you. So when your plans change, Merrill's with you every step of the way. Go to ML.com/bullish to learn more. Merrill, a Bank of America company. What would you like the power to do? you. Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Well, we didn't get to spend Christmas Eve at Meri's house, but we are going to have a little catch up with Robyn as soon as Meri gets done shoveling the driveway.
There wasn't really shoveling that was going on. This was kind of, I should have shoveled last week or a couple days ago, but now it's kind of melted and then it refroze.
It's
so
ice.
It's ice. Yeah, this is not too good.
I think she was out there pretending to shovel so that when Robyn pulled up, she felt bad about the fact that Kody was not coming to help shovel her driveway.
It was the little half wave that got me too, when she was just like, oh, hey, that's just me out here with my pickaxe.
She needed one of those.
Like an ice climber. Yeah, some spiked boots.
She's got to take a visit to Kody's truck and grab one out of the back.
The holidays were rough. I think that's our main takeaway.
Yeah, cue the violins, because Christmas was tragic for Robyn.
For Robyn specifically, because this was the first holiday since Christine left, officially.
Wasn't it kind of like the other holidays that they had during COVID?
It felt like last year.
Aside from Christmas?
Yeah, this felt like a repeat of last year. Almost like the same footage over again, like for Thanksgiving, when we were fed the exact same content that we had last year.
Well, we're starting off strong by telling Meri something that's going to hurt her feelings, which was Isabel, Truly, and McKelty came over to the house for mock Christmas.
And Meri is wounded by this because Robyn just immediately goes to, oh, well, I guess it's bad communication. Okay, you're the person who's involved to communicate that.
Also, they came to your house literally days after Meri was at your house celebrating Christmas, actual Christmas. You didn't know that mock Christmas was going to take place and who was invited to mock Christmas when she was over at your house to tell her in literal fucking person, face to face. Never mind the fact that you seem to not know how to send a text message unless it's to a family group thread.
Specifically about siblings exchanging gifts.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that the problem?
Robyn don't text. She's like Machete.
Robyn doesn't know how to text. She can only FaceTime.
It's the buttons. Yeah, the buttons are hard.
Is that also why Kody can't make an outgoing call from his phone?
Tactile responsiveness it's tricky. It's hard. It's difficult. But no, none of this is Robyn's fault, according to Robyn.
No, she's been just going with what everyone else wanted, except for when she told Meri what she wanted, which was to not invite the rest of the family to Christmas.
Yeah, and it was just her house with her kids, and she made sure not to mention any of that to Meri.
I'm hoping that things are starting to add up for Meri now.
It does, because then Robyn continues with this storyline and says, I thought you knew. I thought you knew about mock Christmas. From whom would Meri have heard this news from? Kody does not call her.
I feel like she's trying to throw Christine under the bus here.
That would be interesting, where Robyn is trying to throw Janelle and Christine under the bus. Well, not Janelle, because Janelle's kids weren't involved in that either.
They weren't invited.
Just Christine. So Robyn is trying to make Christine look bad. Mm-hmm. And make Meri feel like, oh, Christine didn't loop you in on that? I thought you knew. But really, this is just putting Robyn and Kody into a bad spot with Meri because they hosted it and you still didn't mention it to Meri.
That's what I think the play was. It was to make it look like, oh, Christine left the family and now she's not going to try to communicate with any of us and she's just keeping us all separate. And I can't believe that no one told you about it.
Except for all these other people that Janelle and Christine met up with at a rental house that they went out of their way in Flagstaff to procure specifically for the holidays. No effort whatsoever, clearly.
Well, Now Robyn has to start to ramble because she kind of knows she got herself in a little pile of shit here. So she starts talking about how she doesn't understand what happened to the family. She's so confused. She doesn't get it. What happened? Tell me. What I haven't been here since the beginning. What happened? What happened to the family?
This is the same conversation that she had with Meri a few episodes ago, first episode this season, where she's trying to dig up dirt on the rest of the family so she can pin stuff on these other wives who have left now. So anything that Kody's upset with, she can explain it away as it's always been like this.
She's working very hard to try to walk back the idea that the family fell apart because of her, and specifically because Kody spent more time with her and her kids. And that seems to be what this entire conversation is about. And it's something that Robyn initiated because Meri is staring into the void, and she is so bored listening to Robyn have the same conversation that they had a few episodes ago with her.
So we run down the entire laundry list of things to blame for why the family is in the situation that they are. COVID, obviously, that's Kody's go-to. But the issues with Christine from the beginning, Meri had them too, sure. Did they make it work when they were all adults and had young children together? I guess so, but it wasn't easy. When they went public, there was a lot of change. There was a bunch of pressure there. Funny how we didn't really mention that Robyn ending up in the new relationship with Kody. That probably played a little bit into that dynamic too.
That Robyn was the change?
Robyn was a big part of the change. There was fundamental differences. Christine and Janelle were even talking about how they expected a lot of that to kind of die down eventually, and they would get back to that old family form that they had pre-Robyn, and they never got there.
So that's one side of the story. And we take a brief pause, and we go back to the student housing center to hear from Janelle about what she's thinking about this marriage with Kody. What's going on? You still interested?
Janelle's not really sure. She's been thinking about this, but all she knows is that she doesn't want what they had before, which was where she let a lot of problematic things slide. There was favoritism and inequality that was all heavily favored towards Robyn. So it's nice that Janelle has some standards now. It did take a very long time, but I'm glad that she is there now. My concern is that Kody's not going to like that.
Oh, no, especially the part where she mentioned she wants to have an actual marriage with him. And you know where my head went with that. Someone also has not been banging for a while.
Dead bedroom.
It's not been happening. She accepted it. She took the relationship for what it was. Her kids had a dad, but that's not the type of marriage she wants moving forward. And that was the same problem that Christine had, right? Literal same conversation. The marriage we had before wasn't enough for me. I want something more than that, and Kody's not willing to give more than that to them.
This is where Janelle throws out the idea for she'd be open to plural marriage still as an opportunity, because I think she's just looking for that part-time husband. That's what she's used to. That's what she's kind of signed up for at this point. That's what she can deal with.
Janelle needs a partner who is also divorced and is interested in companionship and having someone to do things with and building a life with someone, but also having an individual life from them, not combining their finances, like not having the seriousness or the commitment of a marriage.
Yeah, why would you want to jump right back into a plural marriage? So I'm hoping this is a passing thought for Janelle. We know that her faith is very important to her, so this is probably a big part of it because she did feel called to live plural marriage. But maybe that was for you to learn something and grow and get through and overcome.
You lived it.
You did that. Now let's do something else, because that didn't work out too good. But I thought it was kind of ironic where Christine was pointing out how she's in these situations now where she sees people who are still in plural marriage or still considering plural marriage, and she honors their choices, but she can't help but question why. And it's like, yeah, you were in the same boat. There were some early seasons where you were doing panel discussions in front of crowds of people defending polygamy, and people were asking you that same question at that time in your life. Why? Why are you subjecting yourself to this torture?
I would love if they had an episode where they rewatched that panel and maybe re-answered the questions.
Let's get a different perspective now. Let's see what's going on here. But Janelle's trying to wrap things up for us. She assumes that her and Kody are still married. That's a good assumption to have. But they're definitely separated at this point. So they are currently undefined by Janelle's standards.
But is it a good assumption to have? Because I think Meri's not married, although she might assume she was married.
It's a safe assumption to have. Because you know that Kody's never going to divorce unless you completely force him into it and there is no other option.
Right. No accountability on his part at all. Well, we brought up the topic of favoritism. So they're going to be talking about that while Meri pours something from the tap. What is that? Why does she have to have a bar everywhere she goes? In every house?
What was she doing?
Did you not see she has an outdoor bar complete with a tap?
Oh, I didn't see that she was going over to service anything during
she
this
didn't.
conversation. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I missed something.
The fajita cantina is open for business.
Yeah, I think the pipes are frozen if you got stuff running out there. I hope it's a draft.
Anyway, well, Meri's got some shit to talk. So she tells Robyn about how Kody at one point was so attentive to Christine. Like this one time.
You want to talk about Christmases? I got a Christmas story for you that'll really warm your heart.
Yeah, Meri is really the Chandler Bing of Brown family Christmases, isn't she?
What Thanksgiving is to Chandler Bing, that is Christmas to Meri.
Yeah. Well, one time, Kody gave Christine a bunch of Christmas gifts, and then he didn't give Meri anything.
And none for Gretchen Wieners, bye.
Except he kind of did, because Janelle was like, oh, isn't there something in our room for Meri?
Remember that thing that you left in my room that one time?
Can you please go in there and find literally fucking anything and pick it up and give it to Meri?
Just put a bow on it and hand it to her with intent.
And what did he grab?
Have they been listening to the podcast?
Do we just have Meri's personality pegged?
I can't tell if this is production playing into our jokes. Where do the jokes start? Where does reality begin and end?
He grabbed none other than a shitty hoodie.
It was a shitty hoodie.
She is wearing a shitty hoodie in this scene. She's wearing a gas station hoodie from the state of Oregon.
They're making shitty hoodie Sister Wives canon in this episode. And I'm so impressed.
Well, Christine's side of the story is that what happened is she had gotten Meri a gift card. It's her gift to Meri. And Kody was like, well, you got her a gift card, right? So I don't need to get her anything else. That's the gift. The gift's from me too, right?
You put my name on the card too, yeah?
No, I didn't.
No, because she's still your wife for now. And please don't upset her because we're going to have to deal with it. So, dear God, tell me that you purchased something for this woman for Christmas.
Christine was like, oh my God, give her some of my gifts. Placate her, please. But all she got was this hoodie, and she has never forgotten it. This is clearly a Kody behavior.
Well, Kody tries to play like he doesn't remember this, but he admits very quickly, yeah, that does sound like something he would do. I guess that's sort of where resentment can build.
I guess it's kind of things like that.
A little bit. But now Meri's going to share a secret.
This conversation felt like a weird preteen pajama party.
Well, you got to bundle up to have this conversation because, yeah, we're still outside. Meri's backyard.
And now we're going to confess secrets to one another.
Truth or dare. It's going to be a truth. But Meri's relationship with Kody, I think we all are well versed in that history. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. So the Kody coaster that Robyn mentioned a few episodes ago, she stole that from Meri too? Meri's referring to this as the roller coaster of emotions that she's been on with Kody.
Meri got on that ride first.
She's been waiting in line for her turn, and it's not happening.
But what's this big secret? She tracked Kody's time at one point. To be clear, not like how long he was spending at other houses, just how much he was spending at her house. And then by process of elimination, she realized she was receiving less than a third of her time with him, even though he was telling her that he was spending a lot more time with her than the other wives.
So then that just makes her more upset because now you got the receipts. Because no, he's not spending more time with you, but he's continuing to tell you that he's spending more time with you. Maybe it's some sort of a time paradox where time slows down when Kody is with Meri, so it feels like significant amounts of time have passed because time is very perception-based.
Feels like the clock is moving at a glacial pace.
It feels like I'm spending the majority of my time with you, even though it's less than a third.
So 1 hour at Meri's house is like 5 hours at any other house.
Yeah, there's probably some interstellar ratio that we can go with here for the amount of years that pass with each tick of the clock.
Get a comfortable couch. Just a word of advice, Meri.
That's why it feels like an eternity there, because it feels like you're sitting in a waiting room, which normally you would not spend a significant amount of time in, or at least you shouldn't. And then anything over 15, 20 minutes starts to feel like a lifetime.
An eternity. Well, guess what? Robyn has the same secret.
Because no, you don't get to fill that.
This is where you could tell Meri's like, all right, bitch.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag.
What's going on here? There was 1 month in Vegas when she tracked his time. And it seems to be the same month, the 1 month ever, that Kody decided to run an experiment and spend 25 of the 30 days of the month at Christine's house.
And I guess this was to spite Christine because she was complaining that she needed more time too. So he was going to stick it to her by actually giving her that time and attention and focus that she needed.
Well, so the point of the experiment didn't make any sense because he had Christine complaining that she wanted more time with him. So he was like, all right, I'll spend more time with you and I'll see. Are you going to be happy once I spend time with you? And she was. But then everyone else was upset.
Yeah, because then you weren't spending time with any of the other wives, which is what you do with all of the other wives on a consistent basis. So that's the trend here, I think. I think you need a schedule, sir, which I've been saying for about 4 years now.
Everyone's trying to figure out when did this happen because none of us have a memory of him spending that extended a period of time at Christine's house ever.
Well, I mean, I didn't go back and check my calendar from when I was stalking them in the cul-de-sac or anything to check and see where he was, but I would have a sneaking suspicion this is probably going to be around the time when Truly had a touch of flu and Kody almost killed her.
So that's one theory, which I don't think you can count hospitalizations as spending time at someone's house.
Near-death experiences for your young children, tender-aged children at that time, I think you would get a pass on that sort of displacement of time that would be allotted.
So second theory I've seen is, did it happen after that episode where Christine agreed to have the wrestling mats in her garage? And then they had that side conversation where she told him that the agreement was they could stay in her garage, but he needed to spend more time at her house.
Was it after the cardboard regatta? When he was on the outs with Robyn because they were arguing so terribly during the construction of the cardboard boat?
Well, maybe it was when Robyn was pregnant because we know she got feisty and she would talk back. The honeymoon was over for those 9 months. So maybe at one point in there, he spent a few days over at Christine's house and she made sure to keep track.
Because comparison is the thief of joy.
The very long story short of this is everyone else saw that Kody spent more time at Robyn's house in Vegas, but the two of them completely deny that.
Robyn and Kody are the only two people who seem to still be keeping with the story that no, Kody does not spend the majority of his time with Robyn. And I think that's the legal jargon that we need to focus on, with Robyn, because then Cody's going to start defending this.
She was in one part of the house. I was in another part of the house.
Kody was at Robyn's. He wasn't with Robyn. So that's different. And why? Why is it that so often the case that Kody is at Robyn's then? Kody explains this. Easy. Robyn set him up with an office and a space for his car. So he was at Robyn's, but he wasn't with Robyn.
So he worked from home at Robyn's house?
And if parking is such a concern, might I remind you, sir, that it is a cul-de-sac, which you could probably park your car at any one of those houses.
You could park it in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
And walk betwixt houses with little to no issue. So if you're going to say she provided you with a parking space, I'm going to go ahead and say that's some pretty crafty bullshit.
Also, Meri had an office, Christine had a library with doors that shut, and Janelle had a rec room. I would say those are all spaces in which you could get some work done.
Not the work he was looking to do. But this is where Robyn has to let us know her kids struggled, man. They were constantly complaining about how busy Kody was with all the older kids.
Okay, I really am struggling to think of a storyline in which Kody did something with the older kids.
Logan's graduation.
That was it.
It
was graduations.
Graduation parties. Maybe, is it
But everyone was at the parties.
Is it the family commitment ceremony? Is that what took so much time away from interacting with these children? What is it? Weddings? Like, what are we focusing so much time on?
I just remember everyone complaining in Vegas about how much time Kody was spending with Robyn's kids. And Robyn saying they needed the time because they were adjusting to becoming part of the family. And they hadn't had that time with Kody as a father. But now the story is he was so focused on the older kids, I guess he used the wrestling mats for what was that when he moved into Christine's house? It had to be the wrestling mats because then he could use them. So he stayed there so that he could go in the garage to play with the wrestling mats until he got bored of them in a month.
That was the benefit. Yeah, he would sun up to sundown, go into Christine's garage and wrestle until he was so tired he would just fall asleep at Christine's house. That was the only way she could get him to stay there for 25 days.
Also, that's some shit that she didn't have room for his car in the garage because of these fucking wrestling mats.
Oh man, you had to throw that back at her too. You didn't have room for my car. Dude, if you couldn't park your car at an adjacent house in which you have 4 houses on the cul-de-sac.
I want to argue with him one-on-one so badly.
No, but that's the thing. You can't win arguments with narcissists. They're going to throw something else at you. It's always whatever they can do to preserve themselves. So they'll rewrite history. They'll take both sides in an argument to defend their stance and make it your fault that they weren't around when they were choosing to not be around.
I would still love to throw all this stuff at him.
Well, maybe we'll have to write some letters. Maybe we can get a tell-all. Guest spot just for a couple questions.
I really think they should let the audience submit questions for the tell-all. I don't want Sookie's questions.
I don't really want Sookie's questions either. No offense. But
we all have a lot of questions. We've been watching this show for 18 seasons. I think the very least you could do is let the audience ask some questions.
Because we got some good ones. First question, how dare you?
Then they seem to claim, you talked about COVID, right? The COVID thing was part of it too. But if you watch the seasons leading up to COVID, we point out every time he is coming somewhere with Robyn, in the car with Robyn.
From
Robyn's house, leaving with Robyn to go with her back to her house. He was with her a lot before COVID started in Flagstaff.
That was the episode right before COVID. That was when they went to go visit the Dargers. That was their last road trip, the last flat that they would ever experience as a family.
Wow. That is a sad thing to know.
You don't know their milestones until they're gone.
Wow. What a thing to memorialize.
Wow, yeah.
Robyn's really going hard at trying to take some digs at Christine here because then she has to go in about how Christine was never open to having a relationship with her. I was always trying to extend an olive branch, but she was just too jealous of me.
Because Robyn is just so likable. Everybody loves Robyn.
So why didn't she want to be friends with her? It just didn't make sense. It was all because of plural marriage jealousy.
You're just jealous.
Which Christine fully admits to. She's like, yeah, I marched my ass into counseling, family counseling, and told everyone in front of Nancy that it upset me how much time Kody spent at Robyn's house and how much attention she got.
And Robyn was upset that she didn't have a close relationship with Christine. Well, yeah, maybe that's why, because there's some animosity here. There's some resentment that's just between you two. So maybe can we work on less time, maybe be more equal and advocate for Kody to split his time?
No.
Probably not.
In fact, she never even went up to Christine and said, hey, why is it that our relationship is strained? So she didn't want to be friends that bad.
Yeah, it seemed like Robyn is telling us now that she was very upset that she didn't have a closer relationship with Christine back then, even though at the time when it was happening, didn't seem like it was bothering her that much that she didn't have that great of a relationship with Christine. But now she's very upset by that.
Well, that's too bad, because even if they could go back and fix all of that, and Robyn had offered her friendship to Christine, she would have rejected it.
Which I think that's why Robyn didn't go out of her way to make that offer to Christine, because I think she knew what the answer was going to be.
I don't know if Christine had the balls back then to tell Robyn outright that I don't want to be friends with you because I can't trust you.
I think this was when Christine was starting to get emboldened by therapy, where she was sitting Meri down and telling her that she's a horrible person and nobody likes to be around her and she really sucks the life out of her room. Those types of conversations were happening.
I can't believe Meri didn't mention that as one of the lows in the roller coaster of this family.
Well, that was with Kody. Yeah, her roller coaster ride is with Kody, not with the family, even though, yeah, they had some bumps along the way. I think that would be a bump in the road.
Then Janelle tells a story that made her not trust Robyn, which took her until season 14 of this show, right before they were about to buy the She-Ra Chateau. And Janelle had a conversation with Robyn. It was not confrontational. It wasn't an argument. She just expressed her concerns that if they bought a house, it might impact their ability to pay off Coyote Pass on time, which seems to have played out exactly the way that she was concerned.
But Robyn was losing her rental at the time, and Kody wanted to buy. Not Robyn. Robyn didn't want to impede on paying off the land. Kody wanted to buy the house.
So a year and a half passes. Janelle doesn't think anything about this conversation. They bought the house, whatever. And then she's having an argument with Kody.
Something probably completely unrelated. But he's going to pull this conversation out of his ass to throw in Janelle's face.
Well, it's ammunition now, because that's the way narcissists fight.
And this is where Janelle realizes, I didn't talk to Kody about this. The only person I spoke with about this was Robyn. So Cody's not the only one who leaks like a sieve, apparently.
And guess what? If it's a requirement for Janelle to be besties with Robyn in order to stay married, all of a sudden she is much more open to a divorce.
I think that was enough information for Janelle to understand what's going on with this fugly slut. Do not trust her.
I loved Christine here, where she's like, who had a great relationship with Robyn for years and Kody still isn't interested in a relationship with her? Oh, yeah, that was Meri.
Yeah, Meri and Robyn were BFFs for so long, and he has completely discarded Meri. So where did that get her?
Nowhere.
And
yet he's expected Christine to stick around and suck up to Robyn. And now it sounds like he's expecting Janelle to stick around and suck up to Robyn.
And if you don't have a relationship with Robyn, then you can't have one with Kody. It's the cycle playing out on full display yet again. The third time's the charm.
I love having Christine's perspective from not being involved in this mess anymore, where unfortunately she's seeing signs that Janelle is still in love with Kody. Don't know how, but the Kody of the past, she's still sticking around with hope for.
Cody's of Christmas past, in a Dickens way.
But she's pretty sure that all Cody's going to do is continue to have his world revolve around Robyn, and nothing and no one is going to change that.
Well, the world is revolving around Robyn at this point. She is standing at Meri's fire pit again, just total fucking power move again, and she still needs answers. She's demanding answers, like she's waterboarding Meri at her outdoor bar
Meri's like, I don't know, Robyn. I don't have the answers for you.
Meri's talking to Robyn like she's a toddler asking why they can't stop and get McDonald's for dinner.
It's done. It's over with. It happened. Christine and Kody are divorced, and it does not matter what Robyn thinks. It's like, yes,
Hallelujah,
girl.
yes.
Can we say that to Robyn's face?
Oh, not yet. Because we just have to say, I don't know, Robyn. Because Robyn's still demanding what's a real deal breaker because she hasn't seen one yet. Because Robyn is a pro at enduring abuse, which we've learned from her first marriage. And now it's continuing on in this one. So now she's upset that Christine and Janelle and Meri don't have the same fortitude that she has.
They don't have the endurance to keep going.
To just roll with it and just let it happen.
I want to see Robyn's list of deal breakers. What are they?
I feel like her list would be very different.
When he cancels your QVC credit card, deal breaker. But Christine's whole rationale of Kody not spending enough time with her and her family and caring more about other members of the family than her, that is also something that isn't a good enough excuse for Robyn because she's felt that way too. And you don't see her leaving. So again, she has to discount the way other people are feeling by saying that she too has experienced that trial and tribulation and overcome it.
And even 10 times worse than what you're going through.
This all just really shattered Robyn's world because she's still raising tendies. She got tenured age children. The rest of the family has grown up. They're fractured off. The older kids don't want to come back and spend time with them anymore. And everyone just left Robyn to raise her kids alone.
With the nanny and Kody and
Meri living very close by, but no one wants to call or text her.
Yeah, Meri has to go out of her way to remind Robyn again that she is still in town and is still here, usually.
I was extremely irritated by them claiming they want the whole family to come together still and that that's like the dream, the big picture is to have everyone get together. But your words and your actions don't align because we just watched a few episodes ago you not include or invite the rest of the family for Christmas.
Went out of your way to make sure Meri got the message that we're not inviting Christine and Janelle over for Christmas Eve.
And then didn't invite Meri over for second Christmas.
Mock Christmas, a full-on mockery. But Robyn still can't wrap her mind around this because they're supposed to be the nucleus. Everybody else is supposed to come back and visit the nucleus. Robyn wants to be the nucleus. But it's like, yeah, but you guys suck. So that's why people aren't coming back.
Is it just me, or did Kody use that exact way to describe the Biggie housey?
Yeah, because they wanted land to build all these casitas for the kids to come back, and you'd have your own place to stay on the land.
That was phase 2, right?
After phase 2, when they split it up. Yeah, well, nobody was into Biggie housey.
No.
Gonna have to share a living room with Saul and Ari.
No, thank you.
No. But Robyn doesn't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care. It's just a cheap version of what our family was. But something tells me that Robyn doesn't want a cheap version of anything just based on her house and some of her financial decisions.
That is a trend in her life.
Seems to be a pretty consistent thing for her. But she's not actually crying at all during this entire rant either, by the way. She's swiping with her fingers and clawing at her eyelids to try and scrape any little bit of liquid off of her eye. She can't get it. Can't get it.
No, can't squeeze out even one tear.
I don't care who's getting together. I don't care how many presents you give. And I don't care how many special foods you make or how many fancy houses you rent. It's just a cheap, broken version.
That was some projection, wasn't it?
But everything she listed, that was her Christmas.
We saw you buy, I'm going to say it was hundreds of gifts, the number of gifts that were under the tree.
So many gifts.
Between first Christmas and mock Christmas.
There was a ton.
The bikes. So you're the one who bought a bunch of gifts. We saw Janelle's kids open a stocking. And we saw Christine literally say they're not doing a bunch of gifts. They're just spending Christmas together. But okay, different version of what happened. Special foods. I don't care how many French burritos you make.
Well, maybe she was jealous about the rolls. She heard that Christine was jumping on a video call with everybody else in the family to show them how to make these rolls, but she will not show Robyn. She's not going to do it. Special foods.
She's going to have to watch Cooking with Just Christine if she wants that recipe.
Oh, my God. But yeah, and I guess she's upset that they're renting houses. She wants them to buy fancy houses. Maybe that's what she's upset with. Even though she allegedly is a bigger fan of the rentals than buying.
But the kids see right through it, according to Robyn. They do.
This is cheap. I love how Meri has to break it down for Robyn here, though. The kids kind of gravitate towards Christine because she was like the matron of the family.
She kind of raised them, and they spent a lot of time with her. And generally, she's a likable person, which isn't a thing that either of us have going for us.
I think you all may have overlooked the amount of stock Christine held in this family and kept this all together that you all took credit for along the way. I think we're slowly coming to that realization, but it's going to take a couple more years, a couple more Christmases to let that sink in.
Yeah, Meri's not there yet because she's still seeing value in the big picture, but there isn't a big picture anymore.
How big can that picture be? It's not, there's not a lot of room left on that canvas.
Robyn told us it got shattered. They shattered the picture. So maybe when she figures that out, she'll leave. Because if she's just sticking around for the kids to come back, they're not doing that anymore.
I'm not coming.
But Robyn really needs a reason why her family was blown to smithereens.
Robyn demands a reason because she's entitled to that.
A look in the mirror, bitch.
As everything else. Yeah, why do you need... I love that she needs a good reason for these people to want to stop being treated like shit. That's not for you to decide. Can we put it into that context really quick? The rest of the family's being treated like second-class citizens, I believe was the term that Christine used at large family gatherings. That's what it felt like, going to a family gathering. So everybody's over it. They're done with that. And now you're upset that they're not going to participate in this dysfunctional system anymore that you've perpetuated.
Well, right, because it would be a lot better for Robyn if they would just continue to be okay with being treated that way for her personal comfort and the comfort of her children.
Oh, it makes me feel a lot better because I actually have a pretty sweet deal when it comes to this whole arrangement.
Bada, bada boom, sold.
Huh?
Just sold my car on Carvana. Dropping it off and getting paid today.
Already?
What, you still haven't sold yours? You told me about it months ago.
Is
the offer good?
Oh, the offer's great.
Don't have another car yet?
I could trade it in for this car I love.
Come on, what are we waiting for?
Ah, you're right.
Let's go.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.
Hey there. Looking to level up your shopping experience? Let me introduce you to Amazon Live. If you haven't heard, it's a shoppable video experience where influencers and creators showcase the latest must-haves all while you shop in real time. And for those who love some celeb gossip, reality stars like Kyle Richards, Lala Kent, and friend of the pod, Paige DeSorbo. On her new show, In Bed with Paige DeSorbo, Paige invites top-tier guests to cozy up in her fluffy bed where they spill secrets, share nighttime routines, and even whip up midnight snacks. Stream and shop new episodes of her series In Bed with Paige DeSorbo every Tuesday at 7 p.m. ET by going to amazon.com/live/Paige_DeSorbo. Or you can watch Amazon Live's new live TV channel on Freevee or Prime Video under the DIY section and shop along on your phone.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Over in Salt Lake City, Aspen and McKelty are spending some time over at Christine's house to plan her 50th birthday party.
So we're landing on a 1950s theme for Christine's 50th, where a costume will be required. They're going to have a soda fountain, ice cream bar. It's going to be a full-on sock hop, not like Robyn's phonograph COVID sock hops that she had for the Sweet 16 and Never Been Kissed jams.
What a time period to pick, though. Not really one that I would choose to celebrate my liberation and freedom.
Yeah. From patriarchy and just some of those little things.
So, some of the other evils of society and culture, I don't think I would choose the 1950s.
Yeah,
but
we're not going back to that.
It's very important to discuss the guest list because McKelty has a pen and we need to make sure that we proof this list before she starts writing names down.
McKelty's the bridge, but sometimes you need to proofread the bridge on the list that bridge is put together because we don't want all these people at this party. We only want positive people who are supportive with Christine's current situation and who are nice to be around. So that is going to make it a pretty short list.
She's like going through Kody's family members. Like, so Grandma Janelle, probably not McKelty. Dad's best friend, also a no-go, McKelty.
Did she mean Nathan?
I don't know. That's who I would assume.
Nathan,
I'm like,
or
can we
Brian?
not say his name?
Yeah,
Nathan,
Brian,
maybe Brian.
Business partner Brian.
Yeah, but we can't. He was
But
on
why
this.
would you
he was on the
invite-
episode 2 episodes ago. We
Yeah,
can't say his name.
why would you invite Brian to Christine's birthday?
I don't know. She was throwing out very stupid examples of people to invite, trying to create some controversy. Is Dad's best friend single? Otherwise, he's not invited.
Trying to get a gauge on where Christine's at. Yeah, you could tell Christine was uncomfortable with some of the suggestions here, especially once they started getting into her celebrity crush, of course.
Yeah, how about we invite Shamar Moore, a name we might be familiar with from last season's tell-all.
Because Christine and Sookie found that as a bonding point for them. Sookie, not Snooki.
Okay, but could Snooki be the next host?
I don't think so.
Why?
No, I don't think she's got the attention span for it. You need somebody who knows the robust history of the Sister Wives canon. That's what's missing. And you need to have clips queued up and ready to go from production side. I would have like cue cards with 150 clips where I'd be like, these are prime examples of instances where things took place. And I know he's going to bring these up. So can we go ahead and roll a quick highlight reel of this one, this one, this one, this one, those ones. And then we'll talk about it based on the context that you've given us.
We're going to watch like 3 minutes of clips and then Kody can respond.
And then I'll show you more clips on why you're wrong. Because you're trying to rewrite history again, man. Because, yeah, no, it's fine. Just admit that you're wrong. That's all you got to do. Just get over it. It's fine.
That's really all the planning that went into this party so far. Janelle's definitely coming. That's all we need to know.
That's the only person you need to have on the list. Janelle and kids. Nobody else.
Then sad music starts to play, and we're in the car with Meri, of course.
Yeah, I think that music track was titled Meri's Theme. And Meri is in the car on her way to the Mayor B&B in Utah. She's trying to say that her secret was that she tracked time of Kody getting around the cul-de-sac, or not getting around the cul-de-sac, more so accurately stated. But I think this was probably a bigger secret, maybe one that we should have addressed, but they're teeing it up for future conversations here.
She's making some big changes. She's, I guess you could say, worthying up, if you're familiar with the hashtag.
Oh, boy.
She's going to leave Kody. No, she's going to move her LuLaRoe business to the B&B so she can travel less, because it's just too much going back and forth.
It's probably going to be way simpler from an accounting perspective as well. Keeping all your businesses in one state, wherever they're going to be headquartered. I don't know, is Utah a tax haven? Parowan? I'm not sure. But Meri isn't sure either. She's not sure. Is the family going to be happy that she's around less? Are they going to be sad?
Well, her biggest concern is Robyn, because she knows she's going to flip her shit when she finds out that Meri's doing this, because she's going to assume right away that Meri's leaving the family.
As usual, because that is the narrative that Robyn has crafted in her mind for the last 10 years, and that's what she's sticking with here.
And also, she should leave the family. But anyway, she's going to have that conversation with Robyn.
We're going to have it specifically with Robyn, because we know we don't want to bring this up to Kody, because Cody's not going to give a flying rat's ass.
Okay. I am loving Meri as a character this season. I want more of the flying rat's ass Meri. I love her.
Shitty hoodie Meri.
Shitty hoodie Meri.
She's always been there, though.
I know. In the fajita, I want to say the fajita casita.
Well, yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue. In the cantina, this is the true Meri, and I want her to come out more. I'm enjoying her.
And so does Robyn. Robyn doesn't want Meri to leave. She's enjoying this version of Meri.
Is she? She just doesn't want to have to do marriage with Kody alone.
I think that's a hefty majority of those emotions that she is carrying with her. Yes.
Even though she's been doing Kody alone for a very long time.
That is true. But Meri's still going to be back in Flagstaff, just not as much.
Yeah, thank you for calling out the clip that they got us all excited about, which is clearly just going to be this conversation about her moving the business. Which makes me wonder, are we even going to see Meri leave the family this season?
Well, that was what was funny, because the way she was wording it, it was exactly the same phrases that she used when she was talking about leaving the family during the catfishing incident.
But she wasn't then either.
She was kind of talking about it, but didn't want to say that she wanted to get a divorce either. So it's kind of tough. It's hard to tell.
You never know what Meri really means.
I know. It's a mystery.
So as she's in the car, she is trying to convince herself of this by doing some affirmations, if you will.
Well, she's recording. She's talking to the camera, but it comes off... It sounds like a strange set of affirmations that I wasn't prepared to hear.
It felt like something she was practicing coming out of a call with her therapist. I am not leaving. I am not leaving the family. I am not leaving Kody. Kody has basically left me already. It's like, yes.
The intrusive thought slipped in.
Here they are.
Yeah, right on the...
This is why we have to meditate, center
hard.
ourselves again, bring it back to the beginning, breathe. I am not leaving the family. I am not leaving Kody. But Cody's ready for her to leave if she wants to go anyway.
So Janelle's analysis, her take on this, Meri and Kody, boy, that is pretty sad that Meri's still holding out hope at this point. But Kody doesn't even speak about Meri in a positive light at all, so it's just sad. And I think that was the breaking point for Christine, too. She saw that comparison, and she was like, I'm not looking to sign up for that sort of a relationship with Kody. I'm not going to stick around for that. So if my options are get treated like Meri or leave, I'm going to leave.
But Meri's not here to make a rushed decision of any kind. Kody said these kind of negative things about their relationship to other people, like the entire fan base of Sister Wives when he declared it on national television.
On the tell-all cast and crew and then subsequent viewing audience.
But he hasn't said it directly to her. So until that day comes, she's going to stick with it.
I don't think he's ever going to be able to verbalize that. So now this is just a war of attrition, because now Meri is choosing not to leave until Kody tells her to leave. But Cody's MO is that he just abuses and then neglects a wife until she decides to leave. So now their stubbornness is what keeps them together, which I think that's what brought them together in the first place. So again, there's something poetic there, but also incredibly fucking toxic.
Next episode, Christine reveals she's hired a matchmaker. Meri plans to move her business but worries how Robyn will take the news. Janelle meets with Kody for the first time since their huge fight and asks if he still wants a plural marriage.
This felt like Janelle was breaking the news to Kody that they will be remaining separated, and this felt like brand new information to Kody, like he never thought she would come around to that.
I thought he sounded relieved and excited, not shocked. There was an excitement in his voice. But I guess we'll see next episode when we revisit Salsa Brava.
The return of Salsa Brava.
Thank you for listening. If you want to support us, the best way to do that is by subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify.
Be sure to chat with us about the episode on our Discord channel by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/survivingpod.
Stay tuned, share with friends. See you next week.
To get people excited about Boost Mobile's new nationwide 5G network, we're offering unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month.
Forever.
Even if you have a baby.
Even if your baby has a baby.
Even if you grow old and wrinkly and you start repeating yourself.
Even if you start repeating yourself.
Even if you're on your deathbed and you need to make one last call.
Or text.
Right, or text. The long-lost son you abandoned at birth.
You'll still get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile.
Forever!
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Forever.